much more miserable, and you'll be a lot older.
You can become anything that is available on this earth. And it's like the pathway it's your mind. It's like, you absolutely have to educate your mind, and the recognition that the only limits are your thoughts. If you think you're in a up situation and you'll never get out, you're gonna make that true.
What's the most important decision you're gonna make in your life? What do you think it is?
Who you marry?
The spouse. The most important decision you make in your entire life is the spouse, because the wrong one is a disaster. The right one is fantastic. Now, I've had the right one for 68 years. Everything we've done together as a team. It's been wonderful. Absolutely. I couldn't ask for a better relationship than I have with my wife. It's been fabulous. When it came to buying the trade center, I sat with her one day and I said, "Sweetheart, this is what I think I'd like to do, and why?" And she said, "It sounds interesting. Is there risk?" I said, "Yes, there's plenty of risk." I told her what the risk was. Plenty of downside. Is there upside? A ton of upside. Otherwise, I wouldn't buy it. She said, "Can we handle the downside if it happens?" I said, "Yes." "Will it affect the family adversely to the point where we really have problems?" I said, "No." They should go ahead and try to get it done. We bid $3.2 billion.
You have to be in the gym every day. You have some problem, family problem, outside you have problem, you ask me all the time. If you have, let me know, I will fix. But you have to be focused in the gym, not just come and thinking about some stuff, Now it's a lot of guys did some mistake. They come to the gym, but they not inside the gym. They're thinking about some business, doing some stuff. But when you come, it's most important things you have to be in the gym.
Because you have nothing to lose, absolutely nothing, and you have everything to gain.
You have a job?
No.
How do you live?
Well, I live with the confidence if I believe in myself, the money will follow.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
That doesn't even enter my consciousness.
I love more than anything else seeing other people do well. That's what gives me joy. I've been out front long enough, and I love seeing other people do well, even if I am out front. You've heard me say it. Nelson Mandela said it, "A leader like a shepherd sends the fast, nimble sheep out front so that the rest will follow."
Some advice on how to support men. Men want to aim high without feeling insufficient if they fall short. Men want their suffering to be recognized and appreciated without being pandered to or patronized and made to feel weak. Men want to believe that they can be more without feeling like they're not already enough. Men want to be able to open up without being judged. Men want support without feeling broken. Men want to be loved for who they are, not for what they do. TLDR, blending inspiration with compassion is not an easy task. How do I set lofty goals which drive me to fulfill my potential without feeling less than if I don't get there tomorrow is a question every guy has asked ever. The desire for self-love and high performance comes into conflict inside the mind of everyone, men especially. Sure, some men are all drive and goals with non-introspection, and sure, some men are all reflection and inner work with few external desires, but most men desire a mix of encouraged self-belief and understanding support. Inevitably, these two things come into conflict. Basically, every man just wants to hear, "I know you can be more, but you are enough already, and even if you just stay where you are, I'll be right here next to you. You're going to be great, but you don't need to be great, and I'm with you no matter what." Or, as said best by Sturgill Simpson's mum in one of his songs, "Boy, I don't care if you hit it big, because you're already number one."
There's people out there that are just working harder than everybody else, and they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that's their grind. And those people are super valuable because they change everybody's perspective of like what's possible, what to strive for, and what it takes. Like, do you really want to be a champion? Why? Because you just want to be cool? You want to be the coolest guy on the block? Like, you're not going to win. You're going to find some fucking psychopath who just lives it. And it's their whole life. And if it's not your whole life, get out. Get out.
Be fucking fearless. Be fucking fearless. Is that achievable? Maybe, maybe not. But like, be fearless. Because the reality is, a lot of people are going to try and spread their fear onto you.
Set up a schedule and just do the work. Free from how you feel. Because also feelings sometimes, you wake up one day, you feel this way, you wake up the next day, you feel another way. It's just not helpful to base your structure or your goal on how you feel. You stick to what you put there on paper. And this struggling of there are still so many distractions every day coming up. No, but you stick to the plan. You stick to your plan to do what you have committed yourself to. And at the same time, you don't do the things you already know are not good for you.
This is something that I've actually relied on a little bit myself. Whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just remind myself, this is where most people stop, and this is why they don't win.
When you lose your money, you lose nothing. When you lose your health, you lose something. When you lose your character, you lose everything. Remember that.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit what anybody says or what anybody thinks. I have this mindset. I know exactly who the fuck I am.
What people say does not matter to me, because whatever you do in life, good or bad, there's always going to be somebody.
If you're doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say.
I just can't live my life based upon what other people think about me. So I can't concern myself too much with what other people think. You know, it's just not healthy.
I had to stop giving a fuck about people. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me.
I don't give a shit what people say. I never did, I never do.
You better figure out who the fuck you are. And those few people many people don't like you, so be it.
And this is my favorite rule from James Clear, which is a habit missed once is a mistake. A habit missed twice is the start of a new habit. Never miss 2 days in a row.
It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true. Most men live lives of quiet desperation. You're just in this world where you just can't wait to just run away. You have to put aside enough money to give yourself a window. And then you have to have a plan. And you have to spend all your waking hours outside of whatever shit job you do planning your escape. Do it like your life depends on it. And to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific.
Get back to fucking work. It's time to get back to work. Stop hearing yourself talk. Get off the podcast. Don't be on social media too much. Cut out all the fucking noise. Get back to the fucking mental lab.
Just be calm when things are going well. Be calm. Don't think you're on top of the world in a sense. You always got to be wary because I've seen it. I've seen people come. I've seen people go. I've seen them come. I've seen them go. You got to be chill. You got to just take what's good in your life and move forward cautiously and carefully. And thank God that you have that. Just it's very, very important not to overextend yourself when you think you got it. There's no such thing. Everybody's dispensable.